Welcome back to my channel, beloved daughter. So in this video, I will be giving you guys all the tea about the scene at Sandhill. Okay, disclaimer. I am not about to bash this place, but I'm kind of going to give you all pointers and just information that I wish I would have known before I moved in. Yes, I'm the first person that ever lived in this room. So there was a lot of things that, I didn't know walking into it. I really walked into this situation blind, but I want to make sure y'all have to do that. Y'all have to worry about that. So that's why I'm here. So if you have not already watched my tour of the exterior of this place, be sure to watch it, please. And then if you want to know the inside, I think I did like an apartment tour, go ahead and watch that as well. So without further ado, let's just get into this video. So there are a lot of people that have asked me questions just about, do you use financial aid for this place? Like, what is this place like? But a lot of people want to know, like, what does this place, incorporate and all the specifications. So I want to start off and say that this is student housing. So it's not necessarily connected to ASU yet. They are about to be under new management. So don't take everything that I say, take it, but don't take it with a grain of heart because they may want to change it with the new management. But as of right now, today, May 22nd, 2021, they are not partnered with ASU. It's a different contract. They are, close by, but it's not a part of ASU housing. So therefore it's student housing. So any student, it could be a student from Albany Tech, like any student is able to live on these grounds. With that being said, you have to pay rent here. And it's not like dorms, it's not like dorm housing. You don't have RAs, you don't really have those. It's more independent. And it is a 4-bedroom apartment style apartment with shared bathrooms on both ends. So you have 2 roommates on the right side, 2 roommates on the left side, and they share a bathroom. It's similar to Hall 4, if you all are familiar with it. If not, I did a dorm tour on that too, so be sure to watch that. But it's like that, but it's more modern. And all 4 roommates share the kitchen and the living room common space. And so you have to pay rent. You have to pay rent monthly, but they do allow you to use your financial aid. Someone also asked me a question about financial aid and everything. So they are allowing everyone to use their financial aid because they know that we're students. So before you even sign, the contract and the lease, you will have to provide your proof of income. So if you're not working, or even if you are working, I'm sure you will still need, some type of aid to cover it. And you can use that with your student aid loans. So the rent is $740 every month, and it is also included in utilities. That's something that they're changing this year because at first, utilities we used to pay that separately through this app portal, but they're switching everything around. So it is combined $740 each month. That's utilities, and it also includes parking, garbage. We have a garbage can in the parking lot, and it also includes internet. So we have like high-speed internet. Everybody has internet boxes. It's AT&T, and it runs pretty good. Not gonna lie. But yeah, so that's what the bills include. And so those are the main things that you have to pay. But one thing that I did not know that I wish I would have known that Hall 4 actually has on ASU campus is a washer and dryer inside the unit. So with the scene, there is not a washer and dryer inside the unit. It's actually on the hallways. So right when you come up the stairs into the building, you will see the laundry room, and it has like 3 or 4 dryers and washing machines on each side, but you have to pay quarters for it. And that's one of the very discouraging and unsatisfying, and I'm just trying to use I'm trying to describe it the best way I can, but it's disappointing. I don't like that. Just being real, I don't like that I have to pay this much for rent and still have to pay quarters get fine quarters. You can either get it from your bank if you have a local bank out here in Albany, or you can get it from the office. They offer it, whenever they can. But yeah, you have to get quarters to pay to wash your clothes, which on the other hand, it's similar to Hall 4, but Hall 4 actually has washer and dryer in it. And then of course, you pay for it through housing or whatever in financial aid. So yeah, that's the main difference. I'm not trying to compare this place to ASU, but I'm just trying to help people, get a vision of how it is. And I'll probably include some clips in it as well. But yeah, you have to pay quarters, which is inconvenient at times, because there's been plenty of times where my clothes have stacked up because I don't have time to get quarters. I'm a full-time student, part-time job. But yeah, also wanted to mention that you do have to pay an application fee. It's an application fee of $75, and that includes you and your co-signer. I think everybody's going to need a co-signer unless you are, I don't know, because the whole application process, I know I needed a co-signer. Not to mention that you also have to put down a $400 deposit to, I guess, like reserve or, make a commitment that this is your place. And it's a 12-month lease. I want to make sure I'm getting everything out. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to ramble. But yeah, it's a 12-month lease. So I moved in August 1st. And then I'm moving out on July, the end of July. So it's a 12-month lease. You can't break a lease. It's an actual contract. It can go to your credit. So that's why they have a co-signer, because if you cannot pay for your rent, the co-signer would have to pay for it. So yeah, just be mindful of that. It is a 12-month lease. You are here for the whole year. You will be here for breaks if you decide to be. You can go home, see your family, but you will be here for the breaks. You will be able to be here for the summer. So it's not like dorms where you move off during the breaks. No, this is your home. This is what you're paying for. So now that we got the specifications out the way, I would like to talk about security. So, security is one of those things where, you expect it, but some, places don't always have the best type of security. So just being real, just being transparent, because my experience here is my experience, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna be respectful, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat. So moving here, we didn't really know much about anything. This was a brand new place. It just got built. And with that, the place did not come with security cameras. They have them now, but they did not come with security cameras. So there were a couple instances that happened, especially in the beginning of the school year, with just, shootings, people bringing people here that don't need to be here in the area. And there is not currently a gate to protect the parking lot area where our cars are. So some people got some damage to their cars. And, in that instance, it was more like, file a police report, because there wasn't really much, it wasn't really protection around that, parking lot. So, people had to take matters into their own hands, because yes, it's close to the school, but they kept telling us that it's not ASU. So you really have to do as if it's an actual apartment. You have to go and file a police report and, deal with the city of Albany versus Albany State University. So yeah, that for one was an issue, because we have college students that live here, but they're still treating us like adults and trying to separate the whole college student thing. And it's just it's hard to separate it. So we don't have a gate up covering our parking lot as of now. I think that's in the works. I think that's something that they're trying to do to make sure we are more, secured. But yeah, it was a point in time where we had security out every single night, just to make sure that we're safe, just to make sure that, we're watched, because there were several instances where it was just always something happening every night, whether it was people partying, people trying to shoot, people, it's stuff that happens in East Albany, but it was just too close near us. So, security officers, they were here. They're not here as much because, it's definitely slowed down from first semester. But it was a lot going on. A lot of parents did not want to, hear it. They didn't feel comfortable with their children being here. And that's just something that you have to take in consideration. Students, incoming freshmen, whoever I'm talking to, and parents, be mindful that, as of right now, it's not connected with ASU. Hopefully they do, connect, because that might bring better, provision and resources. But they're treating us as if we are adults, which when you sign that lease, you are. So that was an adjustment, you know, having to be mindful that, all right, you know, we live here, but at the same time, we are accountable for our own actions. But there still should be safety, you know, place stuff in position. And I think they're working on that. But I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that. So since it is not connected to ASU, there are not any, you know, RAs to do lockouts. So that one in itself is just like, be mindful. Don't get locked out of your room because you can't call up an RA and be like, can you come, you know, and unlock my door for me? Like, this is not school. This is like literal apartment life. So you would have to either wait till the office is open, or if you can get in contact with the manager, maybe they will open it for you. But it's just getting out of that kid mindset and just preparing, you know, for young adulting. So lastly, this is my favorite part of this video because I can just be very transparent and just, you know, say how I feel, because like I said, this is something that I experienced. So the last part is neighbor activity. In apartments, you have neighbors above you, you have neighbors below you, depending on what level you are in. And then, you know, in this building, we only have 3 levels on each building. So you'll either be on the 3rd floor, 2nd floor, or 1st floor. So choose wisely, because I wish I would have not had anybody over me, because these floors are hardwood and you can hear every creak, every thump, everything. And I don't like all the hustling and bustling. And one thing that I realized is that this place is very, it's almost like they built it because they knew that ASU housing was so overcrowded. So all the overflow students that couldn't get into ASU housing on campus are over here. And that means it could be incoming freshmen. It could just be people that didn't get a spot. But mostly, I believe it's mostly incoming freshmen. And I love y'all my babies. But listen, y'all are wild. These freshmen this year definitely was out of control. And I get it. It's a new responsibility. I was the same thing when I was a freshman. I was, you know, going crazy because it's a new experience, privacy, and then on top of that, y'all got a newly built modern apartment. I mean, they really set y'all up. But at the end of the day, I'm saying this to say that if you feel like you're more of a quiet to yourself type of person, this might not be the place for you. A lot of these students here, you know, they like to party. That's the only way I can describe it. They like to party and they like to be loud, and they're just being young, hopefully safe. But just be mindful of that. The crowd is very energetic, very young. If you're more mature, if you're not really into the party scenes, you're more laid back, you might get irritated or annoyed by the activity, you know, that's going on, because it was a lot of activity. It was a lot. So just be mindful of whoever you are. Pick whoever you are, and let this video be your way of finding out if you want to live in that type of environment, because you don't want to sign that lease and then regret it and you have to wait a whole year before you can leave. Yeah, that's really it. I hope I covered everything. If I did not, if you have any more questions, you can of course just leave it in the comments below, or, you know, hit me up on my IG at beloveddaughter____ if, you know, it's more of a private question, and I will be sure to get back to you. But with all that being said, I will see you guys in my next video.